What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be making an animated loading screen for your Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies map, and we're going to show you guys how to make a static one where it's just the image when you load up. Let's get into it. Now to start out, I'm going to go under the assumption that you already have a video formed, ready to go. For our test map today, we're going to be using my BioShock one that I set up. I recommend your video be about 1 minute long. You can see this is a 12-second clip, which is fine just for the test, but I recommend you do about a minute-long video, and there can't be any audio, not one trace of audio inside of the video. Right, now first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your video file, and we're going to put it in Handbrake. Now listen very carefully to this. If you have a new updated version of Handbrake, it is not going to work for Black Ops 3. I have a correct link in the description for the proper Handbrake. If you use any other version, every time you open up Black Ops 3, your map's just going to crash every single time. So you have to use this one. We have to remember that Black Ops 3 is an older game, so it needs to run off of an older system. We're going to go ahead and open up Handbrake. We're going to look for our video file that we're going to use. In this case, I'm going to use my BioShock one. Now that it's loaded in, we have to change a couple settings in here. So your presets for this need to be set to 1080p 30 fast. In the container, you need to have it set to MKV. Your width and height for your resolution needs to be set to 1920 by 1080, which is going to be your entire monitor. Your audio needs to be cleared out. The video codec right here needs to be set to H.264. And once you have all of those settings complete, ensure that your audio is completely clear. Your picture resolution is good. You're at MKV, and your preset right here is to 1080p 30. You can go ahead and choose your file destination where you want to save the map. Not the map, excuse me. The video. You save it right to whatever file path you would like. I'm going to call this ZM loading, which you can see I already have one here. Go ahead and hit save. It's going to ask me to replace it because I already have it. And now you have the proper formatting for the video for the map to load in. Now that the video is set up, we're going to go ahead and get started with the audio for your loading screen. So I have a link in the description for Audacity. It's a completely free application. We're going to go ahead and use that in this tutorial. So go ahead and open Audacity or whatever sound editor you want to use. You're going to take your sound file for your map and you're going to throw it into Audacity. I already did it right here. And all you do is just drag and drop. It's very simple. Now, Black Ops 3 runs off of a certain rate for audio. So you're going to go ahead and hit these three dots. You're going to change the rate and ensure that it's set to 4,800 hertz. Or 48,000 hertz, excuse me. This is the proper format that the game will register. And for your sound file, you want to have it sit at about negative 18 decibels. So if I go ahead and hit play on this. So I don't know if you guys like violins or not, but that's what my loading screen is for my BioShock map. You can see that the audio sound level is set to about negative 18. I find that's the sweet spot. So you go ahead and hit File, hit Export Audio. You're going to export to your computer. You're going to name it whatever you want. And your file path, I recommend you just save it to your desktop for right now. Edit the metadata. You'll see like a little pop-up like this happen. Ensure that that's cleared out. Ensure that the sample rate is set to 4,800 hertz. Stereo. You're going to export the entire project. You're going to ensure that the format is also set to a .wav file. Once you're done with that, go ahead and hit export. I already have it, so I'm not going to do that right now. And we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so now that we have the audio set up and we have the video file set up, we're going to go ahead and go into our Black Ops 3 root folder. Now, if you don't know how to get to that, I'm going to show you right now. So wherever you have your Steam library saved on your computer, you're going to go ahead and open up your Steam library folder. You're going to go ahead and hit Steam Apps, Common, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And essentially this file, if you don't know what it is the heart of your game. It has all of the information for the game itself, all the mods you add, DLCs, etc. So from here in your Black Ops 3 root folder, we're going to go into user maps, and you're going to pick the map that you're going to be working in. For this tutorial, I'm just doing ZM test, my little test map. We're just going to go ahead and open that file up. We're going to go to zone. You're going to make a new folder. You can see I already have it right here. And you're just going to name this folder video inside of your zone. Once you're done with that, go ahead and open it up. And you're going to take your map, or your video that you made. Just go ahead and put it in there. And you're going to rename it your map name _ load. So ZM, mine says test. It'll be whatever you named your map, and then _ load. Essentially, what this is going to do is just like a standard map you get from Treyarch. On solo, it's going to play this animated loading screen, but then on multiplayer, you're going to have a static one, which we're going to do at the end of this video. That one's even more simple. Now, for the audio file that you made, we're going to go back into our Black Ops 3 root folder. You're going to look for sound assets. Now, I recommend you make a custom one for all the sounds you're going to eventually put into your game. So just go ahead and make a brand new folder. I called mine custom sounds. You can call it whatever you want. So go ahead and open up the new folder that you made. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your loading file, your loading sound, and you're just going to drop it into that folder. And you can see I already have it done. It's just the exact same thing. And that will set up the file path for now your video and your audio. All right, so now that is all set up, we're going to head into the Mod Tools launcher now. So go ahead and open that up. And you can see right here, I have my ZM test map. It's already selected. Now what you're going to do in addition to this is you're going to need a mod. You're just going to generate a brand new mod. We're going to go ahead and file, new, mod. Now that you have mod selected, you're going to go ahead and name it whatever, name you want to do. I'm going to choose, call it ZM test load. Go ahead and hit OK. I'm going to create a brand new file for your mods. From here, now that you have this made, we're going to go into our Black Ops 3 root folder. You're going to hit your folder mods. And you're going to go ahead and open up your mod that you just made. You're going to open up the zone source. And you're going to open up specifically ZM mod in whatever text editor you do. I use Sublime, and I can also provide a link for that in the description. All right, now once you've opened that, you're going to see that I have right here, it says sound, ZM mod. In the description, I have a section of code, lines of code that you're just going to copy in. So the first portion you're going to copy is this sound, ZM mod. Go ahead and copy that in here right now. All right, after you've copied your sound ZM mod, by default, the mod that you just made does not have a zone sound file. It's very simple to get this. All we're going to do is go back into our Black Ops 3 root folder. We're going to go into user maps, the map that we're working in, sound, and you're just going to go ahead and copy this entire folder. Now that you've copied this file, all we're going to do is head back into the Black Ops 3 root folder. We're going to go back into mods. You're going to click on the mod that we're working in. You're just going to paste the file. You can see I've already done it here. So paste zone. You're going to go ahead and open it up. Zone config. And what you're going to do is rename this to match the mod that we're working in, which is ZM mod. So let's go ahead and rename this. So let me go rename. We're just going to call this ZM_mod. In addition to that, you're going to go ahead and open up the file. You can see I've just opened it right now. And right here where it says name, you're also going to put ZM mod. Perfect. Now that this is all set up, we need to go into our user aliases. If you don't know how to get to that, it's going to go ahead step by step. Let's go ahead into our Black Ops 3 root folder. You're going to go into share, raw, sound, aliases, and you're going to look for your user aliases. Go ahead and open that up. You can see it'll pop up just like this. Now, at the lowest line of your user aliases, you're going to go ahead and paste in that information I have in the description. It should start with BIK. And how this works is this right here, the ZM, and whatever you called the video file that we worked in, _load. So you need to change this to match whatever your video file name is. Mine was test map. I'm assuming maybe you changed yours to test map as well. As long as you keep your video name consistent. This next section right here is where you have the audio file stored. So that folder that you made previously. Mine was custom sounds. If you don't 100% remember what you called it, what we're going to do is go into our Black Ops 3 root folder again. You're going to go into your sound assets. And whatever that file name that you put the audio into, so mine was custom sounds. You can see the audio files right there, loading sound. You're going to go ahead and put that right here after this first comma. And then you're also going to put, after the slash, the actual sound file name, the .wav. So mine was loading sound. I'm going to assume you named yours loading sound as well. Now, there are a couple things in this that we need to edit, and I left it purposely unedited to teach you guys how to do it. But you want to have to open this up in an Excel sheet or an OpenOffice Calc, whatever you want to do. I use OpenOffice Calc because it's free. And I can put a link in the description for that. I might not have the link for that. Well, all we're going to do is now that you're going to go ahead and hit save. Uh-oh. My bad, because I already have it open. You can go ahead and hit save. And then you're going to open up the user alias. So if we go back to Black Ops 3 root folder, and we hit share, raw, sound, aliases, and then user aliases. You're gonna right click on it. Excuse me, not letting me do it. You're gonna select it, you're gonna right click on it, and you're gonna open with either OpenOffice Calc or Excel. I already have it open currently right now. Okay, so now that we've opened this up in our OpenOffice Calc, what we're gonna do is start editing some things. You'll notice that the text that I gave you was a little bit off. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and edit it. Where you see behavior, you see how it says custom sounds loading.wav. That's in the incorrect spot. What we're going to go ahead and do, copy this, put it in the correct spot, clear it out so the behavior section's clear. Wherever this CIN_C mod, ensure that that is under the template section. Go ahead and keep scrolling and keep scrolling. Here on the same line, you're going to add 100 and 100 to your volume min and your volume max. This is going to allow you the ability to decrease the volume if it's too loud. But if you did the negative 18 decibels in the sound file that I suggested, you should be perfectly fine with setting this to 100 and 100. Let's go ahead and keep scrolling across. Keep scrolling across. And we want to make sure that we have it under pausable. So you want to ensure that the yes, there should be like a yes somewhere over here. That this is set to yes in here. And what this does is when the player goes ahead and to skip the loading, if they just want to jump in the game, they don't want to see the loading screen anymore, it will stop the audio when the player skips it. Then you just ensure that everything else is cleared out. There's nothing there. And you should be good to go. We're going to go ahead and save this file now. And you're going to keep the current format. Do not save an ODF. Keep current format. From here, we're going to close it out. We're going to go back into Sublime. Go ahead. Everything should be updated. It might tell you to reload. That's what I was expecting. That's why I paused. But it looks like it reloaded everything. And now we're going to go ahead and test. So now we're going to go into the Mod Tools launcher. We're going to go ahead and compile it. And when you do the compile, you want to have your map checked off with the little X. So whatever your map is. And the ZM mod that you're going to link it to. Make sure both of those are checked. Compile, light, and link. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to fast forward the video. Make sure this is done. And I'll see you guys in a second. One thing to note, I did test this already. And I found one slight issue. The video file that you put in there needs to be about a minute long. So don't do like a 12-second video like mine. Mine was causing issues. This is future me doing this now. You need to have it at least 1 minute long. So that video that you made right here that you put inside your map needs to be at least a minute long. We're going to go ahead and test it right now. Go ahead, and I've already compiled, light, and linked the map itself. So we're going to go ahead and hit build on run. Now the map's going to boot up, and it's going to show the video and the audio that you made. Now this video is going to play the entire minute long or until the game is fully done loading. As you can see right there on the bottom right, it says press to skip. So now when I press this, if I'm the player and I'm like, all right, let's go, let's hurry up and just play, you hit skip. The music's going to stop. The video stops. And the map opens up. Now, of course, there's no lighting on my map. This is literally, I just made this map this morning. But yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the static one, which is just the basic image that you see. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, now the static loading screen, which is just the picture, which is going to show up in the multiplayer version. So only solo will play video. So in the multiplayer version, you're just going to have a basic image. And if you don't want to do a video loading screen, you don't have to. You can also just do this and it will pop up just a single loading screen image. So what's going to happen is you're going to go back into your Black Ops 3 root folder. You're going to go into your user maps. You're going to go into the map that you're working on. You're going to go into zone. And you'll see right here in zone that there's a loading image and a preview image. The loading image is exactly what it sounds like. And the preview image is that tiny little one on the bottom left when you're actually in the Black Ops 3 game and you're just about to hit start. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up this in whatever photo editor you choose. I have Photoshop, so I'm just going to open it up in Photoshop. And you'll see that it's already formatted at a 1920 by 1080 pixel, and it's a blank image right now. So all you're going to do is put in a picture. I think I'm going to use this screenshot I took of my BioShock map. And you're just going to fit it to size. Done. You're going to go ahead and save this as the loading image. Oh, excuse me. Don't save it as a PST file. You need to save it as a PNG. So we're going to go ahead and export as PNG. And we're going to put it right where that loading image was. So if we go into our Black Ops 3 root folder, if I can find it, there we go. So Black Ops 3 root folder. You're going to go into your user maps, your map, zone, loading image, and you're just going to replace the one that's in there. Yes. Now you're going to do the exact same thing for your preview image. And of course, you can choose a different one. I'm just going to do the same one for the sake of this tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. Expand it out to make it fit the image. File, export, export as PNG. Preview image, it's going to replace this blank one. Now we have that set up in our map. What we're going to do now is go into Ape, this asset property manager. You click on the little monkey, go right here. So it'll boot up. And what you're going to search is this image black right here. And all you do is just type in black UDT code. And you're going to see this picture one right here. So you have the blue ball, that's the material. What we want is this picture, image black. Now, I already have a Bioshock loading one in for my Bioshock map. Is you're going to click on this 3 little dots right here. You're going to go into your user maps. You're going to go into ZM test or whatever your map names that you're working in. You're going to go into your zone. And you'll notice that the image isn't showing up right now. But right here, you see it says TIFF file. What you need to do is select all files or just PNG. And here's your loading image. So you just go ahead and select that. Select open. Ensure that 2D is selected, compressed. The image type is a texture. You have do not resize checked off, bitmap disabled, streamable, and this is optional, but I always do the high quality resolution. And then you're going to go ahead and save that. And that is all you have to do in Ape. So now I'm going to go ahead and minimize Ape. Now we're going to go into our maps zone file. Now how you get to that is if you right click on the map that you're working on, right here it says edit zone file. All you're going to put right here is image, comma, black. That's it. Go ahead and save that. And now when you compile your map, if you're playing on multiplayer, it will just show the static image. If you're playing on solo, it will do the loading one if you choose to do that. If you don't choose to do the loading image, the animated one with the audio, and you just do this static one, it will just pop that up. Alright guys, that's it for the tutorial. I hope I was able to help you guys out. I know that I struggled with this a lot when I was starting to learn how to do it. Hope I was clear and concise. I got right to the point, I hope, and you were able to follow through. And hopefully without any issues or hiccups, you now have the options to do multiple loading screens. If you liked the video, please hit that like for me and hit that subscribe for more stuff. On noon, 12 p.m., so 12 p.m. Mountain Time, I do my live streams on Saturdays for Bioshock Infinite Zombies. So come in, check it out, ask questions. I'm always open to help. And I have a Discord if you want to go ahead and check that out as well. I appreciate y'all.